I'm 81 years old, and today I'm going to say something most parents are terrified to admit, even in their deepest, darkest prayers. Some children don't visit because they love you. They visit because they're waiting for your money. They aren't checking on your health, they're checking on their inheritance. And if you don't recognize the signs early, you could spend the last years of your life surrounded by people who are only waiting for your funeral. It's a bitter pill to swallow, but at my age I've seen the masks slip more times than I can count. I've seen men who built empires reduced to shadows while their heirs fought over the bones before the heart even stopped beating. If you feel like your family is starting to treat you like a biological safe instead of a human being, you aren't crazy. You're being hunted. Pay attention, because these 7 signs will tell you exactly where you stand before the lawyer even opens your will. The first sign is a sudden, aggressive interest in your future plans when you are perfectly healthy. It's a subtle shift in the conversation that usually starts during a holiday dinner or a casual Sunday visit. They stop asking, "How are you feeling, Dad?" and start asking, "What's the plan for the house, Dad?" Or, "Have you thought about downsizing lately?" They talk about it under the guise of your safety or convenience, but look closely at their eyes. If they are more worried about the liquidity of your assets than the comfort of your daily life, the hunt has begun. They aren't worried about you slipping on a rug. They're worried about your equity being tied up where they can't reach it. They want your life to be manageable, which is often code for ready to be liquidated. But don't let that be your only clue, because the second sign is much more manipulative and hits closer to home. The second sign is the financial guilt trip. This is a masterpiece of psychological warfare. They start telling you how hard the world is today, how inflation is ruining them, how expensive houses are, and how lucky your generation was to buy property for pennies back in the 70s. They paint a picture of their own struggle, not because they want your sympathy, but because they're looking for a handout. They treat your hard-earned retirement fund like a backup savings account for their own poor decisions. They want you to feel guilty for having what you worked 40 years to earn. They make you feel like a villain for enjoying your own success while they struggle with the latest technology and a lifestyle they haven't earned yet. They are priming you to feel that your wealth is an injustice that only a large check can fix. Now, pay close attention to this next one, because the third sign is the one that destroys families and breaks the hearts of grandparents everywhere. The third sign is the disappearance of the grandchildren, unless there's a check involved. This is the most cold-blooded tactic in the book. Your children start using your love for those kids as a hostage situation. You'll notice that the visits only happen around birthdays, graduations, or when a tuition payment is due. The moment you stop reaching for your wallet, the busy schedule starts. Suddenly, the kids have soccer practice every single weekend you're free. They know your weakness is that legacy, those little faces that carry your name. If the only time you see your grandchildren is when you're paying for the privilege, you aren't a grandfather anymore. You're a transaction. You are being charged an entry fee to see your own blood. It's a chilling realization, but it gets even more transparent with the fourth sign. The fourth sign is their reaction when you actually spend money on yourself. This is the ultimate tell. Mention you bought a new car, a high-end set of golf clubs, or that luxury cruise you've dreamed about for 20 years. Watch their faces instantly. If they look angry, frustrated, or concerned about your budget, instead of happy for you, it's because in their minds, you are spending their money. They've already done the math. They've already divided your bank account by the number of siblings, and every vacation you take feels like a personal deduction from their future bank account. They want you to live like a hermit in a cold house so they can live like kings the moment you're gone. They view your longevity as a financial drain on their future lifestyle. That one is hard to watch, isn't it? But the fifth sign, this is the final test. This is where the mask falls off completely and the true face is revealed. The fifth sign is the silent treatment, the moment you finally say, no. I want you to try it. Even if you have the money, tell them you can't help with the mortgage this time, or that the car note is their responsibility. See how fast the "I love you, Dad" turns into "you're being difficult, you've changed," or total, chilling silence that lasts for weeks. If their affection is conditional on your generosity, then it was never affection at all. It was a fee for service. You were paying for their presence, and the moment the payment stopped, the service ended. It's the ultimate proof that you are being valued as an ATM, not a father. Once that bridge is crossed, you'll notice the sixth sign, which is far more dangerous and legally threatening. The sixth sign is an obsession with your power of attorney and the contents of your will. If one child is trying to gatekeep your finances and isolate you from the rest of the family under the pretense of organizing your affairs, be very careful. They aren't protecting you. They are securing the bag. They want to be the only one holding the keys when the clock runs out, ensuring no one else gets a seat at the table. They ask for passwords. They want their name on your deeds. And they want to know exactly who is getting what before the ink is even dry. They are vultures circling a field, waiting for the first sign of weakness to strike. We are almost at the end, but the seventh sign, this is the one that shocked me the most when I first realized it. It's the coldest sign of all because it happens right in front of your face. The seventh sign is that they've stopped seeing the man inside the body. They talk at you, or worse, they talk about you while you're sitting right there in the room as if you've already become a ghost. They discuss your care, your house, and your money in the third person while you're holding your coffee 5 feet away. To them, you have become an object, a biological safe that contains their future. They've already moved on to the payout phase. They're just waiting for the hardware to fail so they can claim the software. They don't ask about your stories from 1960 anymore because those stories don't have a dollar value in the probate court. I know this hurts. I know you want to believe your family is different, that the bond of blood is stronger than the lure of gold. And maybe for some of you, it is. But at 81, I've learned that the only way to keep your dignity is to keep your eyes wide open. Don't be the parent who is shocked when the money disappears and the children follow close behind. Keep your finances private. Keep your power. You earned every cent through decades of sweat and sacrifice, and you don't owe it to anyone until you are ready to let go on your own terms. I want to hear from you now. Have you felt that cold shift in the air when money is mentioned? Are they visiting for you or for the bank account? Tell me your story in the comments below. This is where we tell the truths that the world wants us to keep quiet. This is our space to be honest and protect one another. Subscribe to the channel if you're ready to stay strong, stay independent, and keep your peace until the very last sunset. My name is Walter, and I'm glad we had this talk. Keep your head up and keep your vault locked.